Hello friends, my name is Suresh. I am a senior DevOps engineer. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to deploy the OpenShift Origin cluster by using 3.9 version. In this video, I will demonstrate how to deploy OpenShift Origin 3.9 cluster step by step. This is the agenda which I'm going to follow in this video. I will set up the 4 VMs from the scratch. Then download the OpenShift Ansible Git repo from the GitHub because I'm not going to do the manual installation. I'm going to use the Ansible. Then I will create my own inventory file for the deployment. Then I will run the prerequisite playbook to validate the environment, the 4-node cluster. Then I will use the playbook to deploy the OpenShift cluster. Once the deployment has been completed, I will create an admin user so that I can log in using the web console or from the different machine by using the OC client command. Then I will create a one project, maybe by using the web console, or you can use the OCCLI command to create it. Then we'll deploy an application in that project and we'll try to access that application by using the URL which will be provided by the OpenShift environment. So keep watching. So let's do the first step. So what 4 VMs we have? So I have set up my 4 VMs in a virtual environment by using the VMware workstation. So you can see here, this is my master node, this is my infra node, this is my node 1, and this is my node 2. Let me give you the overview of these 4 machines. This is the master, so you can see I have 2 GB of RAM, so it depends on your resource capacity. I have given 2 processor and 100 GB of hard drive, and this is my network which is running on the bridge mode so that I can access the dashboard from my laptop directly. The same configuration I have for the infra node as well. So here 2 GB of RAM, 2 processor, same configuration. Node 1 I have same, and for node 2 as well. So I'm thinking you must wondering like why I have master and infra. So what my diagram is, I'm going to use 4 node to deploy the OpenShift cluster. My API will be run on the master node where my web console and API controller scheduler will be running here. I have dedicated my infra node especially for the registry, which is the integrated registry container for the OpenShift, and the routers, which is going to forward the traffic into the node 1 and node 2. For example, you are deploying the application, so those applications will be deployed on node 1 and node 2. So how the external customer or clients can access the application. So that traffic will come from the infra because I'm going to host my route on the infra node. So yeah, this is the dedicated node. In my case, I'm not using any high availability for these nodes because I don't have much resources available on this laptop. So if you want, you can have the 2 infra node with the replica of 2 routers. So yeah, you can decide that one later on, like which network traffic you want to filter for the node 1 and node 2 accordingly. This is the node 1 where we will run our pods or containers, you can say, and node 2 as well. So these are the 2 node 1 and node 2 dedicated for the applications or containers. Infra node will be dedicated for the registry and routers, and master node will be for API and web consoles. So let's access this one. So I have here my shell. So you can see I'm going to access my master first. This is the master SSH infra. This is my infra node 1. Yeah, and node 2. Yeah, so right now I'm using the CentOS. You can see release, so it's CentOS 7.5, so you can choose that one. What you have to do first, I have created a one file here as well. So this is the environment, IP address, and all those things could be different. So what IP address I'm using here, it's a 3. This one, this is 132. Here 133 and 134. So let me put that one in a sequence. So here, this. Right. So this is the IP address, this is the host name, CPU, and all those configurations. So you can check it here. This is the IP address. And you can see I have not configured the DNS to resolve the host name. So I have used the etc hosts file to resolve all these names, and they are communicating to each other. So you can check by using like master, yes, infra, yes, node 1 and node 2. So this is the configuration I have done on my all 4 nodes to resolve each other by using the names. Yeah. So if you want, you can perform like these steps, which I mentioned here. You can set the host name. This is the command for the master. For other nodes, you can use the same command and configure the host name. Then you can configure the IP address. So in my case, master IP address is this. So accordingly, you can configure the IP addresses for rest of the nodes. DNS, I think in my case, I have this one. So yeah, you can confirm that one /etc resolve.conf. So you can see, yeah, this one is my name server, which is running in my router. Yeah, and this is the global DNS server from the Google. So this is the configuration I have done on all the nodes. Rest, if you are doing some changes here, you can put down your connection, then reload the settings and up your connection, and then configure your etc host file. So let me put here as well. So here, oops, this is 132 and this is 133 and this is 134. So this is my current environment. So what you have to do first, you have to update your all the nodes. So I'm just starting from the master. So this is em update master configuration is already demonstrated to you. Few packages I think I will have here because uh, recently I have updated my the servers, so you can see here. This is the infra, this is the node 1, and this is the node 2. Right, so these servers will be updated here. Second, you can see here, this is the command. Like maybe in my case, I have just a few packages and there is no kernel. So maybe when you are going to update your system, you will get the new kernel. So you can use this command to check if both of the kernel, this is your installed kernel, this is the current kernel which you are using. In my case, both are the same. So I don't need to be reboot the system. In your case, if these two values are different, then you have to reboot the server. Remember that because as I mentioned, I have just rebooted my all these servers. Oops, yeah, you can see here value is same, so I don't need to reboot. Here also yes, and here also yes, no need to reboot. Okay, then you can see here I mentioned. Okay, now once the system come back online, you need to install these packages. So these are the dependencies. So you need to install this one on your master node as well as infra and node 1, node 2. So I have installed all these packages previously, so nothing to do here much. Right, then this, you need to install the EPEL repository. You need to enable this one, and then you can also configure the OpenShift. So in my case, I have all these repositories pre-configured, so you can check it here. Yum repo list. So this is the CentOS, this is the base update and all. So what you can do, you can download this package on master node. Yeah, installed here, this one here and here as well. So it says it's already installed, so nothing to do. If you have done this one, so what you can do, you can disable this repo because we don't need this one anymore. We require just a specific packages to be installed from this EPEL, not all, because sometime it will conflict other packages. Then you can also create the OpenShift repo. I don't think so you require this one because it will be configured by using the Ansible. So you can configure this one from here, or you can use the Ansible to configure this repo on all the hosts. So I'm using here. Done here. So what I'm doing here, I'm just sending this one from this location to my root at infranode colon same location. Yes. And node 1 and node 2. Okay, so we have copied our OpenShift .repo file on master on infra node 1 and node 2. So let's confirm this one so we can check cat/etc yum.repos.d OpenShift.repo. Yeah, so let me copy this one, put here, yes, put here, yes, and put here, yes. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to make sure that the network manager service should be started, because OpenShift using the network manager, not the legacy network service. So in my case, the network manager is already started, so I'm just checking the status here. Yes, it's running. uh, Here it's running and enabled as well on all the nodes, so I'm just verifying this service on all the nodes. Yes, in your case you can start or enable accordingly. Let me check here the Docker. So we also need the Docker service on all the nodes. So what we can do, we need to check it here on master. So you can see Docker is not started. It just installed the package but not started. So we need to start the Docker. So let me start the Docker on master, on infra, yes, and on node 1 and on node 2. Yes, now you need to enable. So let me put that one enable. So if you are rebooting the system, it will be enabled by default. And let's check the status one more time. Here, yes, running. Here, running. Here, running. Here, running. Okay, we can confirm that by using docker dash version. Oops. Uh, yeah. So OpenShift using 1.13 uh, version of the Docker. This is the client and this is the server. Okay, now our node has been prepared. So what we can do, we can install the Ansible package on the master. So remember, you just need to install the Ansible package on the master from EPEL repo. So EPEL repo by default is disabled. So we have to put that one enable repo, this one, just to install Ansible and this package. So remember that you have to just install this one on master node, not on infra, node 1, node 2. Yes, it's installing, and you can confirm that which version of Ansible you are using here. So it's a 2.7. So this is the version of the Ansible. I believe this is the latest version of Ansible. Previously, I have used 2.6, but this time in EPL there is a 2.7. Okay, now we can also check Ansible dash dash version. So here it will display, yes, it's a 2.7.0. This is the configuration file of the Ansible which is used. Now let's clone the OpenShift Ansible Git repo. So here I'm just using the git clone and it's cloning the OpenShift Ansible. So OpenShift Ansible Git repo is managed by the OpenShift open source community, and they have created a lot of the inventory files, dynamic inventory files, playbooks and roles and so on. According to the version as well. As in this video, we are going to use 3.9. So it will fetch all those branches. So what you can do, you can go there and check it. So I'm going inside this folder, then I'm fetching the latest and I'm checking out to release 3.9 because by default it will give you 3.10. I don't want to use 3.10 because this is the latest and sometime buggy. So I'm using 3.9. So I'm checking out in this branch. Yes, now you can see git branch and you are in 3.9. Okay, this is okay. Now you need to generate the SSH keys on master. So it should be without passphrase here. So generated, and I need to send this passphrase to my all the nodes including master. So you can see I'm sending this key from master to master, node 1, node 2 and infra node as well. So this, yes, I'm just pressing enter. Yes, password of the master. Yes, password of the node 1. Yes, password of node 2. Yes, and password of infra. Perfect. Let's verify this one. So if I use here root at master.openshift.example.com, yes, logged in. If I do infra, yes, node 1, yes, and node 2. Yes, perfect.
Now we need to create the inventory file. So what I can do, I can go out from this location. So you can see there are a couple of files and folders here. You can see here there's an inventory here, and inside the inventory you have the dynamic inventories and you have the host specific inventories for the cluster FS and so on. So I'm not going to use these inventories, I'm going to create my own. So here I'm creating my inventory file name could be anything, inventory.ini, okay, in this location. And let me fix something. Yeah, this is my master node, so IP address is this is the etcd database which is also running on the same node master. And here I will explain this one little bit, so don't confuse. I'm just going to put the IP addresses 133 and this is 134, this one, okay, and everything is okay. Yes, so let me copy this inventory file from here up to here and I'm pasting here. Yes, let's go on top. So this is the VAS, so we are enabling the debug level 4. I'm using the SSH user to connect is root. Then I'm using the excluder false for the Docker and OpenShift from the update, means they will not be updated. Here the containerized is true, means it will pull the images to run the pods for the web console and registry console and so on. So this is the containerized environment. This is the SDN image which we are going to use it here. So this is the SDN, software defined network. And OpenShift is heavily based on the capacity of the nodes. They have the specific requirement, so if that requirement is not going to match, your playbook will be fail. So I'm saying, okay, disk availability should not be checked, so whatever the disk I have available, it should be used by the OpenShift. I'm also using the Docker storage. As you know, Docker can be configured on the separate partition or the volume, or by use the overlays storage drivers. So I'm just skipping that one as well from the check criteria. I am also disabling the check for the
memory availability and Docker image availability. So these things will not be checked while running the prerequisite playbook. So yeah, I'm you can say the ignoring these kind of check criteria here. Then yeah, you can see here this is the limitations we are putting as per the standard of the OpenShift. One um, core can have the 10 pods running by default. So if you want to tune it, you can tune it here. This is the pod per core. So in a one core, you can run 10 pods by default. This is the default functionality. If you want to increase that one, you can increase that one. But remember, it is not recommended in the production environment. This is my testing, so I can increase that one as well. Deployment here is the type is origin. So you can mention here enterprise if you have the subscription or the license from the Red Hat to run the enterprise version of OpenShift. So this time I am using the open source version of the OpenShift. So this will be origin. So deployment will be also origin. Here, which version of the origin you are going to be used? So this is the 3.9.0. Package version is also 3.9.0. Image version will also 3.9.0. So these are the versions. Okay. Cockpit is used by the OpenShift to provide the console registry and so on. Here I am dedicating my node. So I mentioned here OpenShift hosted router selected. By default, your routers is going to be spin up on master node. So in my case, I have the infrastructure node. So I am saying routers will be created or placed in the region infra. So whatever the node I have in the infra region, my router will be placed there. And same thing I have mentioned here for the registry here. So registry will also go in the infra node, so infra region. This is the subdomain name. My domain name is openshift.example.com. So whatever the application you are going to create or launch in this OpenShift, they will have the naming convention like your application name dash your project name dot apps dot openshift dot example dot com. So whatever the subdomain name you want to use it here, you can use accordingly. It will be depend on your domain which you are using. Public host name, this is the host name which we are going to use to access the dashboard. So this is our public host name, master.openshift.example.com. I explained this one. We are also hosting the registry pod on the reason infra. And a little bit down, you can see here. This is my username. By default, OpenShift dashboard you are going to use. There is no username and password to log in. So we are using here htpasswd auth login method or provider. And we are creating here one username is called demo. And this is also the password demo, which is created in the random encoded string here. Right. Okay. Now, I think we all good. Yeah, little bit up. You can see here. Oops. 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 I think we missed something. Okay. Oh. Oh. Wow. Yeah. This one. Let me copy it again. That's why I was looking. Why we don't have the information about nodes. Okay. And Control C and paste it. Yeah. Uh, yes, here you can see this is my groups. So this is the master nodes and etcd. We are using here master.openshift.example.com. This is the IP address of this particular machine. This is the etcd. So etcd is also running on the master node, and we have mentioned here this is the master. So why we are using the master node inside the nodes? Because when you will configure or install the OpenShift, your SDN should be means network connectivity for the OpenShift component will be done by the nodes, and that is going to be configure the SDN component on this. So this is the necessary. You have to also use your master inside your nodes. And I'm saying, okay, OpenShift schedulable is true. If you are not using it, by default, master node cannot have any pod running. And if the pod is not running on the master, none of the pod or container will be, allowed to be run there. So this is the necessary. This is the infra node, which is also the schedulable is true. And here I am mentioning OpenShift node label. So this is called infra and will be in default zone. So this is the infra, and this is the infra region is defined inside our routers and registry. So these parts will also go to this node. So this is the thing which we have mentioned here. Okay, I think everything is correct. Now, once you have saved and exit, now we have a one playbook which is called prerequisite. So let's run this one. This is available inside it. So we are going to run it, and we are passing our own inventory file here, and let's see what it will say to you. So this is the prerequisite playbook which we have ran here, which is going to check all the nodes, master, infra, node 1 and node 2, and will give you the report. These packages are already installed. If the package is not installed here, it will install those packages as well. Yeah, so wait for the 10-second, disabling the firewall D, because kube proxy, or I will say the proxy service, which is going to route the traffic between the nodes, the app nodes, heavily based on the IP table. So it is not going to use your firewall D. I believe everything will be fine. Yeah, so you can see the installer status is completed and everything is okay. If there is some error, it will display those errors here, and you can resolve those errors and rerun your prerequisite playbook. So in my case, everything is okay. Nothing to worry about it. Okay, now our prerequisite is passed. You can see there is nothing is failed. Okay, now we have to run the deploy cluster. So I would recommend you to make your uh, cluster deployment faster or quicker. It will download couple of images from the repository. So you can use this command docker pull. You can pre-pull your images, yeah, on the master node or on the rest of the node. So I'm pulling. You can see it will download the etcd, it will download the open vswitch, it will download the nodes, it will download the origin. So yeah, it will be very good if you can pull these images before running the deploy cluster YAML playbook, because it will make your cluster deployment faster. These are the images are the size in the like in GB. So it's some uh, images size is 1.6 or 1.8 gig. So yeah, it will be better. You can download these images previously, or you can directly run the deploy cluster playbook. It will download those images on the runtime. So this is just my recommendation. Like you can pull these images fast and then run the deployment. So it will make your deployment very quick. So I have just ran this one on my master node. Simultaneously, you can see I can use this command to pull the images on my infra node. Yeah, so this is docker pull here on my node 1 and here also on my node 2. So I'm pulling all these images. So it depends on you totally what way you want to follow. You want to download these images during the cluster deployment, or you want to pre-pull these images before the deployment. So it will take time because, as I mentioned, the size of these images is the huge, like in GBs, I think 1.6 or 1.8 gig. You can check it here. It also started here, here, and here. Yeah, so we have to wait for the few minutes. So until these are the images is going to be downloaded on my system, I'm going to pause this video because I will resume it once done. Okay, so my image has been downloaded. So you can see here, this is my master node. So what I can do, I can just put here clear and Docker images. Yeah, so you can see some is 1.49, 1.46, 1.26. Here as well, yes, clear. You can see Docker, yes. And here as well, clear Docker images. Okay, Docker images. Yes. So till now, all good. So what I can do, we can reach here. Now, let's deploy the OpenShift cluster. So we have to run this one from the master node, and I'm using this command, Ansible playbook. This is my inventory file, and this is the playbook to deploy the cluster. When you press enter, it will start deploying the OpenShift cluster 3.9. So if something is wrong, you can troubleshoot it and rerun this playbook again. I hope everything will be fine and our cluster will be deployed. So as this time is installing the NTP because it's required to synchronize the time clock from the NTP server. So you can watch this output which is produced by the Ansible playbook, and you can check if something is wrong, what escaped, what changed. You can read out the playbook file because they are using couple of roles. So I have one describe the playbook itself because I believe if you are deploying the OpenShift cluster, you have already the understanding about the Ansible and playbook, how to write and how to use the roles. So if you go there inside the location where I have downloaded these playbooks from the OpenShift Ansible, you can get the idea what the things is going on here. So don't worry about some red color output, because if something is wrong majorly, it will quit from that location. So still our playbook is running. So it means that that one which we have seen in red color was ignored. So don't worry about it. Now it's saying, okay, start and enable master API. So it's going to start the master node, and it's trying to get the master API. So yeah, it is retrying those things. So you need to just wait. Now it's trying to start and enable the master controller on master node. Actually, we have used the containerized environment inside our inventory file. So what it's doing, it's running the pod on the master node for the API and controller. And once those pod has been initialized successfully and it started and start working, it will move to the next one. There is another solution as well. If you don't want to use the containerized environment, so what you can do, you can use the OS based cluster setup. But as you know, like in OpenShift environment, we can use our RHEL or we can use the atomic host. So containerized environment is necessary for the atomic host. If you are using the OS like RHEL, yeah, you can use the containerized as well as the OS specific. There is a something wrong here, which we can see unable to start service this job this because the control process exit with error code this. Okay, so something is wrong here. You can check it. This systemctl status. So we need to check it here. What wrong and why on master, and it was failed in master. Candy, okay, let me check it here. Failed to start atomic OpenShift master. Invalid this, invalid value. This, okay, let me check what the invalid value. Could not read the file. This one, no such file. No such file. Okay. An invalid argument as well. Will master dot etc crt could not read this file. There is no file, so let me verify this one. Yes, this file is not available. Hmm. It was master.etcd-ca.crt. The master dot key is also there, but there is no certificate. Wow, strange. Okay, let me rerun this playbook again. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, somewhere it says okay, etc certs. Mhm. Hmm. Could not find the requested service origin master. Okay. So what we can do, let me open the another terminal. SSH root at master. Password is this. And here docker ps etcd is running. OC get pods. This service is not running yet, so okay. Unable to restart Horizon Master API. The same error. Why it is not going to use this one? Unable to restart service. This one. Origin job master. So if I do this one here, systemctl restart. Hmm. Let me check the status. So it says, okay, minus L. There is something wrong here. Invalid configuration master dash config.yaml, and here it's saying this is /etc origin master hyphen etcd hyphen ca dot crt. Can I check my inventory file once again? Inventory.ini, and I believe, let me check here, cat /etc host file. Here 192.168.0.131. Infra has 132, 133, and 134. Okay. ifconfig. So it has 192.168.0.131. So this is similar to this 131. Okay. BIM inventory.ini master.openshift.example.com 192.168.0.131. This is my etcd 192.168.0.1. Okay, this is the master 192.160.1, infra 192.160.132. This is node 1 192.168.1.133, and this is 134. Hmm. And provider is okay. This is my password. And if I use this command, invalid master config this file. So master server OpenShift master.crt ca.crt tc server.crt. So which one is looking by here? Master.etcd ca.crt. This is the etcd server. This is etcd client. I believe it's not this one. Let me check. No such container. Origin master controller. Okay. Everything is look like correct. Let me troubleshoot this issue and I will resume my recording once it is done. Yes, I have found one bug here. Previously, I was using the Ansible version 2.7, and somewhere I found there is a small bug in 2.7 with etcd database and certificates. So I have ran this command to downgrade it my Ansible, and as of now I'm using Ansible dash dash version, so you can check it here. This time I'm using 2.4. So you can just like go back one a previous version 2.6, but in my repo I have 2.4. I believe this will fix this issue, so you can rerun this playbook again. So I'm just using this deploy cluster. I believe this time it will deploy the oops. It says current Ansible version. This is not supported. Supported version to point this or newer. Okay, so this time I'm getting another one. So yum update Ansible. So if I do this one, I believe. In my repo, I don't have gem list all. Ansible 2.4 is available in extra. Okay, and if I do this one, I hope. I don't know. This is the version is available. No. So let me download this one. I'm just pausing this video again. Hello friends, I'm back. I have troubleshooted this issue. So this time I'm using the Ansible version is 2.6.6. So I believe this time it should run. So let's run this playbook. This is the deploy cluster. So I believe this time you will not get that issue. If it still is issue, it means somewhere is a problem in playbook. So I will troubleshoot that one further. Hmm. Previously it was saying something this. If I, yes, you can see this time it has been created. It means that was the issue with Ansible version 2.7.0 is not compatible. So don't use this one. Use 2.6. Could be 2.6.0 or 2.6.1, 2, 3, whatever. So don't use 2.7.0. Yeah, it's passed. It's doing some other stuff. It was failed on the previous step here, somewhere here, controller, and after this one it was failed, but this time it passed. Now it's restarting the master controller. I believe this time it will deploy your OpenShift cluster. So until this deployment is going on, so let me revise what the agenda is still remain to do. So yeah, I have displayed the setup for the 4 VM, what the infrastructure I have built it on my VMware workstation. Then I have downloaded the OpenShift Ansible Git repo, yeah, and created our own inventory file. I explained this one as well. We'll run the prerequisite. Yes, we done that one part. Now this is, so step number 5 is going on. Once your OpenShift cluster is deployed, we will create the admin user first, because by default there is only the system username is admin. You can use that user to administrate your OpenShift environment, but from or only from the master node, not from the web console or not from the other nodes where you have installed OC client. So we will create the admin user with the admin privileges. Then we will create the project. Then we will create application in that project and we will access this one. So still 6, 7, 8, and 9 is remain to do. So waiting for the installation. We have not customized this playbook, so it's going to use all those possible tasks or plays which is mentioned here. So, like for example, NFS, iSCSI, storage. Yeah, so if you want, you can customize these playbooks according to your need, and you can save your time of the deployment. So if I check it here, till now no records. So yeah, only one node is there, which is master.openshift.example.com, and status is ready. There is no rule 1 minute ago, and this is the Kubernetes version. They are using 1.9. Wow. So master is set up. Now is going to set up your infra and node 1, node 2. You can check it here how I'm able to run this OC command. So you can see OC get, not get, OC who am I. So it will say you are the system admin. So you can run these commands only from this master node. But if I want to run this OC client command from somewhere else, maybe from like node 1, node 2, infra, or from my personal laptop. So how you will log in. So you need to create a user account with the admin privileges. Uh, then you can administrate your OpenShift from the remote location or maybe from the web console. So we will do that one. Yeah, you can see here OC get nodes. So here is my infra. This is the master. This is the node 1. This is the node 2. But roles is still none. So yeah, waiting to assign the roles. I believe till now there is no pod. Yes, there is no pod is running. So we should have couple of pods as we have chosen to run in a containerized environment. So yeah, you can see here node labels. They have defined the labels. So here the master node label has been changed. Yeah, so need to fetch the information further. Let's run this command, not this one, nodes. Yes, you can see this is the master, this is the compute. So none means none of the role has been specified this one because we have chosen this one is a infra. So only for the registry and routers pods will be running from this node. So the roles has been defined. Now let's see. Yes, fetch the Docker registry root is setting up some registry certificate and so on. Pod services. Almost is going to finish. Yes, you can see here registry deploy. This is registry container creating. And this one, router has been deployed. This one. If I do this one again, yes, running, 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 and it's still this one is creating. So deploy and creating. So this will be your final, I believe. Yes, you can see. Yeah, you will have two pods. One is registry and one is router. So where these two pods are running, so you can use here -o wide. So you can get the further. See, Docker registry is running on infra and router is also running on infra. So yes, because in our playbook we have mentioned to run the registry and routers on infra node because infra reason we have chosen as a selector to run these pods. Yes, you can see it's creating. I believe almost is done. Verifying the console is running. Okay. And here, if you see, still is creating this one. There is also option W means wait until is going to create here. And this is going to be run on master. Okay. Is container creating. So just wait for the, okay. You can see failed 0000. Nothing is failed. Completed. Web console install completed. Everything is perfect. Wow. Okay. So now we can see everything is running. So your OpenShift Horizon 3.9 cluster has been deployed. So we have reached up to fifth step. Now we need to create a user account. So here you can check it once. This. Okay. Now this is the particular file we are using. See here, and if you are trying to read this file, you will see the demo user which we have passed in our inventory file. This is the user and this is the password demo. Now I would like to add another user inside it and the username is called admin. So you required htpasswd command. So let me use this one and I'm adding this one, new user this and password this. Let's read this file and you can see you have two users. Now we need to assign the admin cluster admin role to this admin user. So you can check OC, who am I? So you are a system admin. Use this command ocadm policy add cluster role to user, and this is the role name and this is the username. Yes, now you can see you are assigned to this one. Let's verify this one, OC login. So I can use here OC login. By default, it will go to this location. Username is admin. Password is this. And login successful. Let's see. Who am I? Now it will say admin. You are not the system admin. Right? Cool. Now, what you can do, let's try to open. So I'm just going to use here bim/etc host file, and you can see here, yes, I have also registered my host name here because I don't have the DNS. So let me open and run here http://master.openshift.example.com:8443. Oops, https. Yes, now advanced, go to this because this is the self-sign certificate. Wow, login here as admin, password, login. This is your OpenShift. Let's create a one project. Name is suppose demo, demo, demo. Create, demo has been created. Go here, browse. You can run a simple application in PHP, for example. Next, latest application name is suppose demo test or demo app, for example, demo app 1. Now, from where you want to get the repository for the PHP image, so I believe I have this. You can download my repo and then click on create, close. Click on overview. You are inside the demo and you can see build has been triggered, and here you will see it will display the logs. Yeah, you can see this is the application name. If I hope you remember this one, I have mentioned my subdomain name is apps.openshift.example.com. So this is the external route or the traffic to get the access of this application. So how this is the naming convention is, this is your application name, demo app 1 dash, this is the project name, dot, this is your subdomain name which you have mentioned inside the uh, playbook to deploy the cluster. So this is your subdomain. So whenever you are going to launch any application here, all those applications will be the part of apps.openshift.example.com. So this is the build has been triggered. So it will clone the repository from the GitHub, and then it will run a one pod here. So we need to wait for maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah, you can see it's fetching and now it's pushing into the OpenShift internal registry. I believe you know this concept is called source to image, S2I. This is the image name and tag name. So this is demo/demo app1 colon latest. This is the image which is pushed in your OpenShift internal registry. Yes, you can see. And now here it's running the pod. So by default right now it's 0 pods from this. So just wait for a moment. It will have a 1 pod running. Yes, now you can see the 1 pod is running, and this is the URL. This pod is running where? So when you click on it, you will see this pod is running on node2.openshift.example.com. If you want to verify the same from here, you can verify. Let me come to here. OC get pods. Okay. And here you can, oh, that pod is running in the demo. So you can use here demo. See, the build has been completed and there is a 1 pod which is running on here. Right. Here there is a one more thing I would like to demonstrate. You can see RC. I believe you know the concept about the RC. I don't want to use here like you can see desired one means you required only 1 pod. So it will always run the 1 pod. So how you will access this application? So as I mentioned, we have the infrastructure node here and our router is also running. So this is my laptop. How I will access this application? So I will access that application by using the infra uh, node. So as I don't have the DNS, so what I will do, I will use the etc hosts file. And here, this is my infra node. Let me copy. And here I am just, sorry, I'm, oops, sorry. I'm just pasting here. Oh, wow. I'm just pasting here. And I need to mention the IP address. Sorry, the host name. So here, so let me copy and paste it here. Just remove HTTP, right? And save it. Why I'm mentioning here 132? Because this is the IP address of my infra node where our router is running. So router will route the traffic to reach to this application. Done. And now just click here. Wow, you can see this is the application is running. And as of now, there is only 1 pod. So what you can do, you can just click on this to scale up. Now it's creating, you can see 2 pods. Pod, come on. Yeah, this still is creating and this is running. So it is creating another one. You can see, yeah, both are running. So you can come here, you can see 2 pods. So this is running, this is also running. Let's see the information. They are running where? You can see one is running on, this one is build completed. This one is running on node 2 and this is running on node 1. Yes, and now the desired state of this one is 2, right? this one. So this is the way which you can if you want to scale down, so you can do this one from here. OC, edit, RC, uh, this one minus n demo, I believe. Yes, and here let go down, and you can see here replica 2. So just you mention here 1, save and close. That's it. Now you can see desired 2, current 2, ready 1. Let me check it again. Oh, just wait. Let me check. OC get DC dash n demo. Oh, okay. OC edit DC. This one. Oops. Here dash n demo. Yes, here deployments. Just mention here 1, save and close. Yes, desired 1, current 1, and let me check the RC as well. Yes, and now if you check your pods, see here only one running pod, and let me check here. Yes, one running pod. So both way you can manage. So you can do this one from the graphical console, or you can do this one from the CLI. So let's check the agenda, whatever I have mentioned. So we have created a one admin user account. Okay, we have project by using the web console. Yes, deployed an application, and we have accessed the application using the URL. And we have used the etc host file to resolve the host names because I don't have the DNS running. So I hope you enjoy this video. In next video, I will try to configure DNS. I don't want to use the /etc host file because we are going to run multiple containers or pods here. So it's very hard to uh, resolve the host name. So yeah, we will create the DNS with wildcard entry for the apps.openshift.example.com. So whenever you are going to run the pod inside it, it will automatically resolve those host names or the URLs. Uh, there are a couple of things in my next videos, like I will configure the persistent storage for the registry by using the NFS and some shared storage, then some cluster operations, S2I, source to image, and so on. So I will publish those videos soon. I hope you like this video, and thank you. Please give the comments how you like this video and so on. So you're most welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a nice day to you guys.